Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. So in this video we will be driving and working on the car we've seen on the footage previously. It is the never-ending story with the green car on the left ramp, what you were asking a few times before. So it's an Audi S6 C5 model. So I'm actually in the car after the job is done already. So I managed to done like 300 miles, done some local runnings and stuff. And then we went on longer journeys to actually do some filming, but unfortunately we live in the UK and the weather was absolutely amazing, bit windy, bit rain, bit snow, so I wasn't actually able to film absolutely anything. But second opportunity, it's not raining, but it's not the best weather, but anyways we will do some filming. And yeah, we can go to the beginning, which is like 9 months ago, when the car was actually delivered to us with a suspected head gasket issue. And this is how the car looks like. Another video, no walk around, no explaining outside, it's too cold, it's raining, it's a green car, it's Audi S6. Okay, so yeah, it's a Audi S6 V8, the good old V8 with the timing belt in the front. The wipers are not working, the engine is ticky-tacking, the battery is dead, the gas strap is not holding the bonnet, so I already get injured. We will do head gaskets because the head's gone as well. We have ABS and ESP light on and loads of other small bits like oil pressure light is coming on from time to time, so I'm not sure if the sensor is broken or what's going on, or we have to drop the oil sump and clean the pickup pipe for the oil pump. Don't know, loads of work and loads of fun, so stay tuned. So yeah, gas trap not holding, coolant tank absolutely empty. The engine has a bit of a ticky noise. So yeah, we have tensioners between the cams, so they will be done as well. And yeah, I'm not sure what's going on with the ABS. I'll have to check the ABS pump because the pedal feels a bit soft, and there are lights on the dash. Anyways, we're gonna plug it on the diagnostic first, and probably we're gonna just shade the engine out again because it's very difficult to do the jobs on the car. We'll see. Right, so the car's on the ramp, rusty, I would say we will need new oil sump for the engine. I would say we will need new oil sump for the gearbox. I would say the clamp needs repairing, which is alright. I would say the wheel is completely seized. Come on Mirko, move it. Nah, come on, nah, you can't. Okay, well there's a small oil leak from the gearbox. By small I mean huge oil leak from the gearbox, from the diff. CV boot needs doing. Oh yeah, and this is the back of the gearbox, that's all leaking. So I would say that needs doing as well while it's out, because the gearbox will go if you're gonna leave it like this. On the back of the car, exhaust completely rusty. Oh my gosh, rusty, too much rust. Right, so step one, as usual, we're gonna drain the oil. Disconnect the gearbox from the bottom and the power steering front end off, and take the whole issue with the loom, drop it on the floor. So, from what we've seen when we were stripping the car down, obviously somebody was very desperate to keep the car running as long as possible. You've seen there was some kind of a liquid in the coolant system, probably for a head gasket repair. Lots of broken things, like the engine mount is absolutely gone. The vacuum system is not the best. Also the solenoid for the intake manifold flaps is gone. So we have plenty small bits what needs to be replaced. Okay, so after we actually find the issue and we confirm it's the head gasket, we drop the engine and we actually took the cylinder heads off and taken to the machine shop we'll be using. So the cylinder heads were fully done, they were scheme pressure tested, the stamp valve seals were replaced, the exhaust guides were done, and then we start putting the engine back together. However, what I didn't knew that time, because when I was a child, I remember these C5s, all roads, S6, RS6, they were sort of new cars, and unfortunately it's 2022, so they become a 22-year-old car, which we have a bit of issues with the parts. As soon as I rang TPS, every second part what I was asking for, no matter if it was a gasket or if it was a washer or some bigger parts, everything was obsolete. So from that point, the whole job just keep delaying, take longer and longer and longer. But on the end, we put everything back together. Also, from underneath, you've seen the state of the suspension and the subframes and stuff. So luckily Miroslav had his Audi A6 C5. It was a normal A6 just with a 4.2 engine, and he actually did spend a bit of money on the car, on the suspension and some other bits. So he actually donated quite loads of parts to this particular S6 to make it legal on the road again and put it in the condition as it is now. Okay, so let's go a few months back again, where I'm still cleaning the engine, taking all the old components off from the engine block, like the thermostat housing and water pump. After the cylinder heads are tight and they are on place, we will install these hydraulic lifters. There is a long tube coming through the cylinder head for the intake and exhaust, and basically the whole oil feed is run through these tubes, and they are lubricating these oil lifters which are between the camshafts and the valves. This is how the old camshaft adjuster actually looks like, what came from the vehicle compared to the new part. You can see the grooves from the timing chain, so I don't really think the plastic will last long, as you can see from the footage. So we put a bit of a lubrication onto the cylinder head where the camshafts will be sitting. So we are installing inlet and exhaust camshaft together along with the timing chain and the camshaft adjuster. Once the camshafts are in place and they are sitting properly how they should be, we can put the housings which will push the camshaft down. We have to be super careful when we're doing this. There is a sequence how the bolt should be tied down, also with the Newton meter spec. So once the timing belt is in place and everything is tight to the Newton meter spec, just turn the engine a few times and the crossbar have to fit back on with any issues. Also the crank pin should be in place, and the tricky bit is on the cylinder heads, the camshaft adjusters, as you can see, the cams have sort of grooves, so they have to be in place. You have the arrows on the camshaft caps, and also they have to be 16 teeth between them. So unfortunately this is the bit where I've done the mistake, and that's why we have an incorrect coloration after we start the engine up. Right guys, so at this stage I'm just installing everything what we already ordered and has arrived, so I'm finishing the engine off. Unfortunately I don't have the footage afterwards how we done the gearbox, all the stuff, because it was such a long time waiting for all the parts, especially the coolant system. All the O-ring seals were obsolete and we have to outsource them outside the UK, so it took ages. We were waiting for the old sumps for a long time. Also the sump gaskets were on back order from Germany, so it took a bit of a time to get them. Once the suspension was installed, we were waiting for the front calipers, which is a bit of an issue to get, and loads of small issues. So eventually we did finish the car off. It's back on the road. It was a bit of a pain and fun at the same time to actually work on such an old car. So here's the footage once the car is fully done on the ramp. So you can see brakes all the way around. We've done the suspension arms with poly bushes. There's a hay jar, sway bar in the front and the rear, poly bushes in the back as well, new exhaust installed, and CV boot repair. Also the arms were sorted a bit, and yeah, engine is running sweet as. Also, we have some up and downs. I personally, every single time when I was waiting for a very long time for the parts, I was just getting fed up more and more and more. And that wasn't the only reason. After we actually installed the engine, put the front panel on, and then everything was ready to actually get the engine started, and eventually it did start. It was running a bit rough, however there was no engine light on. After we left it running for a while, I plugged the car in, and yeah, the worst thing happened as possible. What can happen? We had an incorrect coloration on bank 2, which is the passenger side, and unfortunately I didn't put the timing correctly. So as you know, this is a belt driven V8 engine, and actually between the camshafts, like the 1.8 4-cylinder engine, it has a chain between the inlet and exhaust camshaft, and you have sort of like a camshaft adjuster, let's call it, with the oil solenoid which is controlling the timing. And between the markings between the exhaust and inlet, you should have 16 teeth. Unfortunately, somehow I miscounted it and I didn't put it in the correct way. I did double check it even with Miroslav, and it looks cool, but on the end of the day, after we start the engine up, it wasn't good. So at that point I was absolutely fed up. That's why we don't have too much footage how the engine was in and how everything was connected, because I was working on other jobs that time. Luckily Miroslav was motivated to finish the car, because as you can see, it was on the ramp for such a long time, and we have loads of other cars outside what needs doing. So glad Miroslav sorted it, and yeah, after a while I just you know, get a motivation as well to actually finish the car off, and somehow together we managed to put it back on the road. So after the suspension was done and everything was put it back together, I went for a test drive just locally to actually test the gearbox, because we also replaced quite loads of gasket on the gearbox. We took the old sump from the box and the engine to a company who actually refurbished them for us. So they done the powder coating and everything, so you know, the sumps are in a good condition now. Yeah, I want to test drive the car before we actually go on a longer trip, because I don't want to be coming back on the recovery, because everything was actually disconnected. The first issue when we were driving it came after a while, when I tried to push the engine a bit. So one of the coolant pipes went off from the heating matrix, so we have a coolant leak, but luckily it just happened around the corner, so that was easy fix. Then we had an issue with starting when the car was actually warm up. Luckily easy fix again. One of the camshaft sensors, it's like a cup with the sensor on each cylinder head, has no signal, so that was replaced. And yeah, after 300 miles, when we went on a trip to Sheffield and back, we didn't have absolutely any mechanical issues. The only thing what we had a bit of a problem was on the motorway. When you went to the higher speeds, the car was vibrating a bit, because the car was standing for such a long time. The wheels and the tires were not in the best condition, but I was an airline in Dudley, so they done a full trucking for us and they balanced the wheels and everything, so hopefully that's sorted as well. And yeah, pretty much we will do a test drive today. Right, so here's a bit of a footage after the car's finished. Let me know in the comments what do you guys think about these older classic cars, and enjoy the footage.
The following video contains material that may be harmful or traumatizing to some audiences.
A few moments later.
Bruh.
Okay guys, so this is the second day after the test drive, and we've done total of 372 miles since the car was off the ramp. So the car actually covered in total 170,000 miles, and I personally think the internals of the engine and everything looks all right for the mileage, what you've seen on the footage as well. And yeah, I pretty much did enjoy driving this old school car. It's also quite good spec. You have a sunroof and you have an Alcantara on the sides and top. The only thing what I really don't like about these older cars, especially automatic ones, well, it's the gearbox. It is absolutely dead. If you want to drive it in semi-auto, it's just taking ages to change the gears, and yeah, I think the car feels a bit slow because it's got actually torque converter. So this is a 5-speed automatic gearbox, and if you solo drive it like a human being, just cruising, going from A to B, I think it's sort of comfortable. But soon as you want to drive more dynamic, it's just you're using first, second or third gear. 4 and 5th is like doesn't even exist. It's just so long gears that the engine, you know, is keeping in low RPM, and you don't have power. Anything under 4,000 RPM on this car has no power. So this is actually 340 bhp, I think, and you can feel the power on the top range, which is fine. On the other hand, the car's car heavy, so it is sort of balanced. But yeah, I do like the way how the car steering and handle, especially after we fit the BC coilovers. So that was of Miroslav car, what I mentioned on the beginning. And yeah, the handling is fine, but when it comes to a bit of a comfort, even now I'm driving a bit over the speed humps, and it's not the most comfortable drive, but I think it's sort of compromise between the sport handling and the daily driving, so it's fine, it's fine. I actually quite do like these older cars, the old school cluster. It still shows you if the battery is actually being charged. Yeah, so it's showing 15 volts at the moment. I have oil temperature, water temperature, of course. I can check the consumption, which is not the best, but we will get to that in a moment. And yeah, heated seats, leather pretty much everywhere, electric seats, and the only thing was actually missing is the sat nav. So it doesn't have the doubled-in radio with the sat nav, but you know, 1999. If you wonder what's the consumption on something like this, well, I did put a full tank and then I put probably another 25 liters, but never mind, the average consumption is 15.7 mpg, which if you want to have an economical car, it's not the ideal vehicle. But usually when you have a car like this, it's just a weekend car, you want to enjoy it, how you're going to drive it and stuff, so don't matter about the consumption. So yeah, finally S6, what you've been seeing on the videos for months, it's off the ramp and it's all done. So I will try to contact the owner of the vehicle now and try to arrange the collection with him, and hopefully we will not see it sooner than next year for oil change and MOT. So thanks for watching again, guys, and all the best. See you in the next one.